it's Louise the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing wherever it is you are on this day. So hello, how are you? Today is Thursday the 11th of October and I'm sat at my kitchen table with the good lady next to me, and I've got a Halloween themed, spooky themed t-shirt on because we're at that time of the year where the majority of my clothes have got kind of witchy, spooky themes. So it says, if you've got it, haunt it. Oh yes, with a lovely silver bat. I have quite a good range of t-shirts. The only thing I would say is that we're going to visit Benedict's new secondary school. Benedict is my 10-year-old son. We're going to visit his secondary school this evening. So I might have to wear a jumper over this because I'm not sure how he'll feel about going with mother with this t-shirt. He's pretty mellow, so he probably won't even notice it or just be jealous. But that's what I've got on at the moment. I also might do something with my hair because of this I'm not sure about. I might do something different with it. But there we go, jazz hands. Starting early with the jazz hands, that's bad, isn't it? Hello, how are you? Are you having a good day? It was a beautiful autumnal day. It's really clouded over, but it's still warm. It's a bit too warm for me for October. I love warm weather. But I'm thinking, I think everybody feels like let's put some jumpers on. We've had summer, we've had such a brilliant summer, so warm and hot. Let's have a chilly one. My thoughts and prayers and love go to everybody in southern United States, on the East Coast, like Florida and what have you, because oh my word, Hurricane Michael's swept off and caused such devastation. So for everybody out there, if there's anybody that watches this, I know one or two people do, Sharon does, for example, I'm thinking of you and sending you my love, and I really hope you and everybody around you is safe and okay and has made it through all right. Yeah, awful scenes. I mean, and then we've had, where else was there? Was it Mallorca? They had flash floods as well. I just think Mother Earth is deeply unhappy and is sending her ire around. So yes, quite frightening. But I'm here to do a little bit of light for you, to send a little bit of love around the internet, and I have got a very small book haul. So I haven't been buying masses of books recently. I've been keeping it really low. Majority I think I have shown you as dribs and drabs as they come in, but I have a few here that I don't think I have shown you. But first of all, I'm going to show you some books. Oh, the sun's come out, can you tell? Now, that's given me a hell of a forehead. I feel like a light switched on in my forehead. No, I'll have to go this way. Oh, there we go. If I go at an angle, that's not uncomfortable. Let's just move the chair. There we go. Is that all right? Yeah, I could close the curtain, but that would be a shame, wouldn't it? There we are. I've lost the globe. It's just lit me in a beautiful way. Okay, so the first books I'm going to show you are actually old books. And when I start, you will know why. It begins with absence and desire. It begins with blood and fear. It begins with A Discovery of Witches. So this is my old hardback that I picked up cheap in a supermarket when it came out, because they were selling them cheap in a supermarket to try and get the word out, I think, because it was a brand new paranormal series by an unknown author, and they very wisely reduced these lovely hardbacks in the supermarket. Very plain black hardback. And so I picked it up knowing nothing about it and thoroughly enjoyed it, and of course just fell in love with it. So I collected them in hardback. So as they came out, I bought them in hardback. So that's my second one, Shadow of Night, and then the third one was The Book of Life. So these are the 3 books that make up the All Souls trilogy. Is that what it is called? Yes, the All Souls trilogy. Got so many different names. Here we are. They're a mighty. So these are my 3 hardbacks. Well, there has been a 4th book come out called The World of All Souls, which I've not bothered to buy because it's a compendium and it obviously gives more information about the world. And I've not bothered to buy that because I won't read it. But you can see where I'm going. Yes, yes. I think to coincide... The light's gone now. The sun has gone. To coincide with the release of the new series that we're watching on Sky One at the moment, she has released the 4th book, and it's called Times Convert by Deborah Harkness. So they're not saying that this is part of the trilogy because it was a one complete story, but it does feature, oh yes, Diana and Matthew, but they're not the main focus. It is Marcus and Phoebe. Oh, look at that! They've jollied up the covers, and look at these delicious end papers. Oh, yum 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 yum. All to do with time. So I received it. I was holding off, and I was like, right, next time I go into a bookshop, I will go and have a look at the price of it. It was £20. I was like, oh. And I thought, can I get it cheaper anywhere? And I did. I found it cheaper somewhere else. So I did treat myself, and I have actually started it. So I have not very far through it. I'm on page 46 of this gorgeous hardback. Let's see how many pages there are. 434. So, but the thing is, I gallop through these because they're fabulous. So if you've not tried A Discovery of Witches, go try it. Go just try it. I mean, pick up a copy from the library, try the first chapter, and see if you're not hooked, as I was. So yes, it's paranormal, adventure, witches and vampires and demons and the struggle between the 3 of them. And it's all to do with the love of Diana and Matthew. Oh, it's brilliant. It is absolutely fabulous. And I love it, love it, love it. So yes, 4th book. Now, let's just put them there. So yes, what else have I got? So I didn't show you this. I don't think I showed you this, but I got it on holiday when I was down in Cornwall. Nicola Upson, Angel with Two Faces. Have I shown you this? If I have shown you this, then forgive me. But this is the second in the Nicola Upson series, which started with An Expert in Murder. I read that on holiday. I had it on my Kindle, and I was going to buy it before we went on holiday, and I saw it, and I took a little picture of the cover to remind myself to have a look for it and to see if I could get it cheaper somewhere or if it just happened to be about. And then I was going through my Kindle and I already had it on there. Note to self, check what books you got on your Kindle before you go buying. So I read it on holiday, and then I picked up the second one. So this is An Angel with Two Faces. It is now, this is set in Cornwall. Oh yes. And it features Josephine Tay, who was a real life author of The Riddle of the Sands and The Franchise Affair. Oh, loved The Franchise Affair. And I did like The Riddle of the Sands as well. Is it The Singing Sands? Oh, I can't remember. But yes, Josephine Tay wrote quite a few novels and plays, and fantastic author and playwright. And then this is kind of fictional imagining of her, and that she gets embroiled in some crimes as well. So 1930s, 40s, yeah. So there we go. Nicola Upson, Angel with Two Faces, kind of cosy crime, set in Cornwall. Yes. I bought this before I went on holiday, and I don't think I've ever shown you it. It's Thunderhead by Neal Shusterman. This is the second one that follows the kind of sequel to Scythe. So is it a trilogy? I think it might be a trilogy. Excuse me, itchy nose. Oh. Yes, I think this is Arc of the Scythe, Book 2. I think this is going to be a trilogy. Who knows? You might get to the end of the third and think, no, I'm going to carry on. But this is the second part. Scythe is the first, so I can't tell you an awful lot about this. Thunderhead. But they have great covers, don't they? You can see so many different things in them. Love a good one. So they are YA fantasy. Society has advanced, set on Earth, society has advanced so far that we no longer have death. But we need to keep the population, there has to be population control. And so some people are killed in a kind of sometimes it's sacrificial and sometimes it's because of things that they've done. But they have professional scythes and they do the killing. And so it is actually a job, but it becomes a life thing, the scythes, and what happens if the scythes get out of control. Yes. So this is book 2. I really enjoyed the first one. I was a bit ummy-army about it, but I did really enjoy it, so I got that. I picked up this when I was on holiday, which I don't know whether I've shown you. And that's a problem with white, isn't it? There we go. The Compassionate Mind, Paul Gilbert. So you can see, oh, that was almost fabulous, but then it blew it out because of the white cover. So this is The Compassionate Mind. So develop your feelings of compassion and increase your self-sense. Develop your feelings of compassion and increase your sense of well-being. I was looking for books that feature gratitude but aren't actually about gratitude. So not only am I reading books about gratitude, I'm also looking around the subject of it. And compassion has been mentioned by quite a few people. And I just thought this was a really fascinating idea. So in societies that encourage us to compete with each other, compassion is often seen as a weakness. Striving to get ahead, self-criticism, fear and hostility towards others seem to come more naturally to us. The Compassionate Mind explains the evolutionary and social reasons why our brains react so readily to threats and reveals how our brains are also hardwired to respond to kindness and compassion. So the book I'm reading at the moment, Gratitude Works, is talking about gratitude as a virtue and the idea that the more you experience and feel gratitude yourself, the more that you put gratitude out in the world, so you act towards people with more compassion and kindness and kind of spread the love, as it was. That's what I've got so far. So that was quite an interesting twist, and so this kind of relates to that. So it's about how you might respond to kindness rather than hostility and kind of the differing acts of that. So yes, I bought that. It's quite a chunky one, so I think I'm going to be slowly working my way through that. I can't see I'll sit down and read it in one go. But yes, and then I picked up this. So I was watching Eleanor Reads books. Do you watch Eleanor Reads books? If you don't, why not? Excuse me, I've got my fake coffee here. Lovely. So I was watching Eleanor Reads books, and she was talking about the books, some of the books that she picked up. In particular, she was talking about Kate Atkinson's new book, Transcription, and how it was at half price on Amazon. Well, I couldn't resist. Because it's set in the 1940s, 50s. It's about a spy. 1940s and 50s, about a spy. The idea was sparked by a true life case, and Kate Atkins, it sounds like, has reimagined it and gone further, and it sounded fascinating. I have read the dust jacket, and it sounds really good fun. It says, can I do that? Transcription is a work of rare depth and texture, a brother modern novel of extraordinary power, wit and empathy. I thought, let's give that a go. But it sounds good, and it doesn't actually sound, although it's a decent hardback, it doesn't sound as though it's going to take me too long to read. I'm going to race through it, and I like a good Kate Atkins, as we know. And then the last thing I've got to show you, I told you it wasn't too many books. I really am not buying that many books. Oh, and one thing I'm not buying is I'm not going to be doing the Lady Vaults this month, which is an online book club by Elizabeth from Books and Pieces, the Books and Pieces channel. I'm not doing it. It's short stories. I'm not keen on short stories, and I've got so much else that I am more interested in reading. I thought that's an easy one to miss. But next month I look forward to what she's going, when she talks about what we're going to read in November, and if it's a novel or something like that that piques my interest, I shall be reading it. But it's good that she's highlighting different different types of reading as well, so it's not just full-length novels, but short stories really aren't my thing, so let's not go there. So this is the last thing. So this is called PomPom. It's a magazine. This is PomPom Quarterly. This is issue 26. If you watch my yarn chats, sometimes I show the knitting books that I buy, but this is just so beautiful, and I just wanted to show you it because I bought it because I love the moon and all that kind of stuff, and the idea of creating works of wearable art referencing the moon, I just thought was just glorious. And this is just a stunningly produced magazine featuring these most beautiful patterns, but it's just glorious anyway. And I think sometimes it's quite fun. I'm trying to see if I can show you something else. Look at that, beautiful, and that's to reference Artemis. And I just thought you might, even though you might not be into buying art, knitting magazines or books and that kind of stuff, I just thought it's so beautiful. And I'm so pleased with it. This was issue 26, and I think this is the quickest selling issue. But that's not really a surprise, is it? Look at that. It's just beautiful. We all like a beautiful cover. And but the patterns in it are beautiful as well. And there are articles on the moons and all this kind of malarkey, as well as some fantastic patterns. And oh, it's just lovely. Oh, yes, I could just... So yeah, so I'm going to be reading that as well, but I won't. Won't count that on my Goodreads. Tempting. It's got tempting, but I won't. So there we go. That was just a very quick one. Hopefully I haven't gone on too long. Yeah, still managed to witter on for 18 minutes. Quite how I managed to go on quite so long, I don't know. But sorry about that. Anyway, here we go. This is what I've got. So yeah, so just 5 books to show you, although I have shown you others, and a glorious magazine. And there we go. There we go, BookTube, that's it. Not doing very well with Vlogtober, and I think I'm going to just say, it's not going to happen, is it? But I will be producing some more videos, and of course, today is Thursday, and I will be seeing you tomorrow anyway, because it will be Friday Reads. Friday Reads, it's Friday Reads. I'm going to record it on Friday. It's Friday Reads. There we go, BookTube. How lovely to see you. Hope you are well. And this has been fun. Let's do it again.